that orange order party in Ireland when they do those burn those boxes?
Yeah, it was. Hey, everybody! Welcome to Hoagie Time.
Yo, hey, oh, we're live.
It's your boy Hef Dog and the man Money Mike.
What's up, everybody? How are you, pal?
Good, man. Nice to be back here in the lair.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. How are you, HT? Are you hanging in there, pal? You're looking good.
Yeah, doing okay, guys.
Always.
Doing okay.
Good, man. Good. Hef Dog, how are you, pal?
I'm doing well, Mike. A little thirsty.
Yeah,
Getting
well,
these
we
sips
got
in real quick.
We got a beer for you. We actually have a coaster if you care to use it. You don't have to.
Perhaps.
I mean,
I'm good for now.
I notice your hat, the hat you're wearing, and you wear it often. Something happened with the Phillies this weekend. They're going to the World Series.
Yes, that's
How
right.
about that?
That's right, everybody. Do we have applause? Do we have a button for applause or something, HD?
I'll add it.
Okay.
Dude.
All right.
What a
Great excuse to drink and party.
Absolutely that. Like, even though all three games I sat in and watched by myself, and it was unbelievable.
Still partied, though.
What unexpected? It was very unexpected, man. I saw something where, like, they ranked all 13 teams in the playoffs, and the Phillies were 13th before it started. And the Padres were 11th, but, yeah, it was cool. Wow, but just, like, the theatrics of the whole thing, man. Bryce Harper, Hoskins.
Look, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest sports
You might be
guy
one of
in
the
world,
largest, though.
but one of the largest, and
Yes,
definitely one of the most
Especially in Delaware
charismatic.
County. Yeah, especially here in Delaware County.
Yeah, especially one of the most charismatic.
Not your
But,
size, though.
But yo, what it comes down to is like just like when you get hot, like it's a long ass season.
Yep.
You cannot have the greatest season in the world, but if you're catching fire right now,
At the right
when
time.
they're catching fire, that's what it takes.
It's not the first time this is kind of common in baseball. The wild card team often catches fire and wins. A couple, Cardinals won it one year like that. It happens all the time. So, I mean, the way we don't match up, I mean, we do match up. We're built for the playoffs, kind of. We're built for, like, this kind of run. But Houston's very good. Houston, I heard last night that someone say Houston has the pitching for 3 playoff teams.
Yeah.
On their staff is, like, 3 teams.
I heard something like that today too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to sports radio a little bit. I don't normally, but I'm trying to go into this with a little bit more insight.
You know what's funny?
Enjoy it a little bit more.
As a musician, I never listen to music. I listen to a sports talk, and it's been that way for 20 years.
I was aware of that.
Yeah,
An
and it's,
enigma in so many ways, Mike.
it's really weird, and I don't like it. It's not something I like. I wish I did listen to music because there's been times where music's really captivated me and, like, really lit a fire and made me excited. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's over exposure to the, or what it is, or if it's repetition of, like, a certain type of music. I just get in the car and I turn on something else. Yeah. But
Every time I give sports radio a try, it's the same phone call.
it's an
Like
argument.
if I check in 4 or 5 times a year, it's the same thing.
It's like Gus
It's
from
a guy-
Northeast.
Yo, it's Gus from Penny Pack, and what do you think about the Phils? Like, no one knows who's going to win or not until it fucking happens, and all everyone does is just jerk each other off all day on these radio shows, acting
Yeah.
like they've got insight or they know. Like, no. Here's the whole show all day long. We don't know what's going to
We have
happen.
no idea.
We got 2 teams of professionals that are ready to go at this time. We're going to have to just see what happens.
you got
Hey,
That's
Hoagie
it.
Time. Hey, guys. I'm HT, long-time listener, first-time caller.
exactly.
No one cares.
Yeah.
No one in the
Long
world
time, first
cares.
time. This
Hey,
means
this is-
so much to my dad. My dad, he didn't grow up to see this. Like,
My dad, this is Ralph from Ridley Park. My dad took me down to a game at the vet, and God damn it, if we win this year, I'm gonna spread his ashes all over, fucking lead him.
but it is every time one of our teams gets this far, and especially I feel like especially with the Phils, Eagles, whatever. But it's a treat for the entire country, and everyone loves to talk shit like they don't like us.
Yeah.
But we're definitely entertaining, and the country
Absolutely.
definitely looks at us favorably
Yeah.
when we do wild shit like this, when it shows Philly Elmo, like a drum line going down the middle of the street, and one of the dudes is just dressed like Elmo.
Yeah.
And like it's whatever.
It's seriously, like, it's mayhem. And even, like, when we played San Diego, when we played St. Louis, like, their home crowd they cheer and all, and they were polite. Like, I was on Twitter after we beat them last night, the Padres. The Padres faithful was like, great season. We'll be back. Everyone was like, you guys are fucking losers.
Yeah.
Like that's a loser
pussy shit.
That's a loser mentality. But there's just a different, like, vibe in the crowd.
The streets of the city look like some kind of shady musical. a terribly cast musical,
Like West Side
with
Story, but with
unbelievable
like
cultural
blacks.
diversity.
Yeah.
It's like a big car commercial musical.
Well,
but it's real.
That was cool. Like some Twitter videos of like a mile and a half from the stadium, like some quiet street in South Philly, like not Pack Park, because you know,
That's northeast, right?
Packer Park, not Packer
yeah,
Park right there, but further away, like in South Philly, mile and a half away, and you hear the roar of the final out. Yeah, dude, and you don't hear that shit, dude. But so it's exciting, man. It's exciting, and to play a team like Houston, it's what happened? Somebody fall?
TikTok wanted to fall down.
Well, that's all right. TikTok and you
Have
don't
the
stop.
union send someone else immediately.
Yes.
Make him piss test. He better fail, or else he's never coming back.
I worked a union job once, right? It was a company called Miller Brothers, and those fucking boys worked, man. We dug down in the road for gas lines and water lines and shit, and just kept going, kept laying pipe. And one guy was the best worker I've ever seen, right? And he was a young Delco dude.
Which Bernard brother was this?
This is Fubo. So this guy, and he busts his, and then finally when the drug cart came, I guess the cart shows up to the job, and they pissed you right there. He just threw his hard hat and left. I was like, dude, I worked with him for like 2 months. I'm like, I didn't know he was fucking high the whole time.
Yeah.
But he was fucking awesome. He was the best worker we had.
Yeah, so how counterproductive is that? Whatever, let him stay. He does the work of 3 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So he wants to get whacked on mescaline or whatever he's doing.
A little tiny guy that was just fucking motoring around. But I'm sure, I'm certain he's excited about the Phils.
How can you not be? I mean, everyone is. You see
Yeah.
the little nuns walking down the street with their Phillies jackets on.
Yeah.
I know the preschools are having the Phillies Day, and everybody, the whole community, Mike.
Absolutely. The IHM Nuns. It reminds me of the 93 team. It has a lot like, because that
Sister James.
the sisters would go there, and they were. I remember the benches cleared, and they were caught on ESPN cheering. You know, it was cool.
I would love to see the Phillies fight the Astros on behalf of Major League Baseball for their
For all the
cheating.
bullshit?
Yeah, and I think Philly Rob, being the lifer, might want to protect the game's integrity and send his men.
This is true. Actually. Philly Rob's another guy. He's totally relegated to the bench for 20 years, and then he gets his chance, and then boom, they love him. The team responds to him. But with Houston, with the cheating thing, so that happens, and then they don't cheat anymore, and they're still showing up to the World Series. They're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, Altuve, he's on base every time.
I mean, even if you include the cheating year, I mean, 4 times in a World Series in 6 years. Wow.
Yeah,
But they are that good too, though.
they're that good. Yeah,
But again, you can't underestimate now Bryce and the entire team.
that's what the Phillies have going for them, is that they have the momentum and they have that special kind of thing. Houston's just good, but the special kind of thing that's happening right now is all in Philly's favor. So it takes, like, I believe
Much more made for
the
movies,
betting
made for
the
TV.
betting odds are for the series. The Phillies are plus 170, so they're an underdog. But that's
Explain to our listeners at home what that means,
that
Mike.
means plus 170 for the Phillies to win the series. So if the Phillies win the World Series at plus 170, every $100 you bet, you'd win $170.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll win more than what you put down, which makes you an underdog. Which if we're at plus 170, that would mean Houston's minus 200, which means if you put $100 on Houston, you would lose $200. So
if they lost,
you
would
you'd only
risk
win
$200 to win $100.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
And
you have to risk more to win less because they're favored to win.
Yes.
So it's
because
less
they
of a
should.
risk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's more.
Bet the farm
more
on
of
the
a
Phils.
risk.
Let's go.
Yeah,
you
it's
heard it
more
here
of a risk.
first.
So,
Phillies in 6. Phillies in 6 is my call.
when's it start? Friday.
Friday.
Saturday, off Sunday. Then we have the Eagles, where we'll
Right.
be at the tailgate.
We will be. We'll be.
The Phillies
live.
are off on Sunday, but boy, are we not.
We are not. Let's remind our listeners, this Sunday, we are going live down at the Phillies tailgate.
October 30th?
Yeah, October 30th. We'll probably go live starting around 10:30, 11 a.m.
I would say 10:30, just because the lines to get through, it's about a 45-minute wait.
There'll be lines.
Yeah, so 45
There'll
minutes.
be lines. There'll be lines.
Yeah, it takes about 45 minutes to get through security.
Chance
right
of
now down
snow?
there, so.
I think so.
Gotcha.
I mean, if we even get even bolder here, if we start at 10, we go 10 to 11:30. that gives us plenty of time to
Right.
break down.
Right, and we'll go live, and we'll post beforehand where we'll be. So if you'll be down there, you can stop on by and hop on. We'll have extra microphones, headphones, so anybody who hops by can hop on.
What a
Hop up.
disaster
I
waiting
know,
to
it's
happen.
gonna
Let's
be-
go.
It's going to
What
be
could
awful.
possibly go wrong?
Ah, it's going to be very, very wrong. But it's going to be content.
I mean,
But we're going to have 9 straight days. If it goes to 7 games, we're going to have 9 straight days of drinking because you have now Sunday, you have Pittsburgh,
yeah.
right? Then you have the World Series Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then you have the Eagles play Thursday
Against Houston.
against Houston,
yeah.
and then Friday, Saturday back
Wow.
in Houston.
Wow.
So, I mean, right now, you're telling me there's not somebody right now that's thinking, okay,
Delco livers are cowering.
I'm gonna go get tickets now for the Texans, and I'm gonna get tickets for Game
Yeah,
6.
absolutely,
And I'm flying
yeah,
down there, and it's
absolutely.
probably going to be cheaper in the long run than 2 standing room tickets for the
Yeah.
World Series.
Did you
in
hear the
Philly.
standing room in Philly was $1,000,
Yes.
$1,038 just to stand? Man, that's. I went to the World Series.
But it's on TV.
Yeah, and it's so the camera angles now are unbelievable. You don't miss anything. Like even going on, I believe we
I mean,
talked
the game
about
is
this.
exciting, but
It's you're in the comfort of it's not.
if you're paying a few $100s,
Right.
it's out of reach.
I understand the
Like,
memory
watch
of
at
it,
home.
but for the 1,000, come on, you must have some throwaway money. But I remember I went when I did have
For the record, we have plenty of
we have
throwaway
plenty
money.
of that. Yeah, don't
Plenty of
don't
throwaway
tell
money.
me what
What?
I can afford, okay? But
Calm down, Mike. They won't.
In 2008, I went to the World Series, and me and my girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
we had seats right at the dugout. So I went baller mode. And they
Nice.
were only $750 a piece, so I spent $1,500 on 2.
What a bargain.
But now you're spending $2,000 for 2 in to stand, and I had the best seats in the house that time, and we won, and we made love. We went home
Yeah?
and made love. Yeah.
Did the team notice you as they were returning
They
to the
just
dugout
saw
each time?
2 people, 2 kids hamming it up, getting close, and they probably knew we were going to make love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it wasn't much. I gave off a vibe of sex, probably.
Most likely.
Mhm.
That's an exciting day and night, Mike.
Yeah,
Phil's
so,
win.
Yeah,
some
they
love
made
making?
love. It probably wasn't long, but intense.
meaningful.
Intense, yeah, meaningful.
bet.
Yeah, probably followed by an imperial pizza or 2.
What number VHS was that one on?
I don't. I've never had
that
a VHS.
13?
That is number 13.
Number
yeah,
13,
yeah.
volume
Check that out
13.
tonight. Yeah.
Because I've got them all in storage. I'll check it out tonight.
One time I went
Here
to
we go.
one of my ex-girlfriends. Right, she was trying to spice up the relationship, and we were like in our 20s.
Jennifer Lopez.
We were in our 20s, right? And it wasn't going. It was towards the end or whatever, but she wanted to spice it up. So one of our anniversaries, she made me take us to the Inn of the Dove. You ever hear the Inn of the Dove?
No.
Dude, it's this place in Cherry Hill, and I'm like, oh, my God. All I wanted to do, I don't know. I was halfway in, halfway out. I wanted to eat pizza and, go to a bar or something. We go there. There's mirrors on the ceiling. Only thing on TV was porn. And hot tubs was filled and all that. So the only thing you're supposed to do is bang and then just bang.
This was a sex club.
No, it was like a, what is it? Help me out here.
It's in a honeymoon suite is basically what they call it. So
Wait, but it was pretty.
yeah, no,
X-rated.
that's what they call it, the honeymoon suite, because it's all about romance. But I mean, still, after 15 minutes, what do you do then?
Yeah,
okay.
I did end up getting a pizza because I
Perfect.
couldn't after an hour, that's a lot of time. So I there was nothing to watch, so I got
Still
a
wanna
pizza.
get a pizza?
Yeah, so luckily she was down with that, but yeah, it was I still remember it. It was real seedy, and it was in Cherry
You don't
Hill.
say.
Yeah, it was in Cherry Hill, and I don't know. I'm very conservative
Now,
when it
did you
comes
get
to
the
that.
room with the pool or just a regular room?
And a regular hot tub. It wasn't a pool,
Oh,
but
okay.
But all the rooms smelled
I
like a
feel
pool.
like I'm very, very liberal in certain ways, but when it comes to certain things, I'm very conservative.
So just love making?
Love, yeah, when people get a little crazy, I'm like, let's tone it down a little.
You're a traditionalist.
Traditionalist, yeah. So
I mean, wild. I mean, you would think that you're wild if you're consistent with everything else.
yeah, exactly.
Musically
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Charismatic.
Mhm.
Gambling. On the edge.
On
Or-
the
or
edge,
maybe in your past.
maybe off the charts. Yeah.
Maybe not anymore, right?
Maybe not anymore, but
Right?
yeah, right, yeah. And I think, yeah, but when it comes to that, that's one area where I can be like, let's pull it back a little, just so I can make myself feel a little bit closer to God, maybe.
Christ still is your guiding light and shepherd, Mike.
Christ-like. So
He's very Christ-like.
yeah,
Are you excited for the Christmas season coming up?
I am. We got HT's a Santa Claus guy. We mentioned that before.
holiday season
The
as a
holiday
whole.
season. It's a good time, man. When Christmas comes around, it's like, and I'm not an overly religious person. It's nice to see people getting into it, kids and all that. It's also a time where I tend to get a little upset
Why, Mike?
because like seasonal depression. I get that. I get depressed every season, and when you think of things that come and gone in life, it's the Christmas season. So if you have reasons to be happy, it's a very happy time, but it can also be very sad for some. So keep that in mind when you're talking to some of your friends and family that they might be going through something tough.
He's getting choked up. And sponsors, if you're out there, we're looking for sponsors. And if you have any kind of seasonal affective
I'm good,
disorder
I'm good.
type merchandise, please get in contact with us. We'll try it out.
But seriously,
Mike,
do
Well,
you
hopefully that ends next year because they actually wrote a law that they're going
right?
to
They don't
finally
need to do it anymore.
Yeah, so it's just going to be
Oh,
permanent
yeah,
savings
right.
time.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
that's awesome. When does that kick in? Next year? 2023?
So of all
What year is it?
Of
it's 22. I
yeah,
get
so
confused
2023 it's supposed to happen, but like, so the Senate of all things, the most divisive place on earth.
The worst people on earth,
Right.
Literally.
Well, arguably Prospect Park, but go ahead.
Well, that too. It was 100 to nothing. It was like boom,
Everybody?
yes, we approve.
I'm sure
The House of
Rand
Representatives
Paul
says we
Rand
don't.
Paul didn't go against it. He goes against everything with
The
everybody.
House of Representatives says we don't have time. And I'm like, is this a pun included? It's like we don't have time to get that on our agenda right now. It's like, the health and safety of 330 million Americans.
Well, they did it. It goes back
Shout out
to
Americans everywhere.
It goes back to
Home and
like
abroad.
farm time, like back in like the hundreds of years ago in the
because
country.
the harvest moon.
The harvest moon, you'd want more time to work. So they would if you got an extra hour, but people don't make their living that way anymore. Not very many, not enough to change.
Shout out farm and farm hands everywhere. Farmers and farm hands everywhere.
Yeah. But not to change the time and make so many people, get the blues. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? At
Yeah,
least?
dude.
Yeah,
I've got one of those lights on Amazon. Once in a while, I remember to turn it on.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes me about a week after daylight savings time. It feels like jet lag to me. But
Yeah.
that's just like for all my old job, all that traveling I did.
International
it feels
travelers
like.
everywhere feel the same way, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And it's like that's the whole thing. It's like it takes
Fucking big
about
shot.
a week to get back into the groove. And,
Yeah.
You
It lasts a little longer to me. It lasts around through the season. And then, I pop back out in January. So it starts in about October, and then I come back in January. So basically, I'm like a bear. I hibernate for 4 months, and then you get 8 months of me.
Just with a flannel on, just crunching through the leaves in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Just
But
picking at my resting place.
I'm interested to know, what's the percentage of people that do feel like I feel like more and more people do get that seasonal depressional than don't.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I think I am just a little bit older. I think I'm at that point now where it's like, here it comes.
Yeah,
okay.
and
I
how
try
to deal with
I
it.
think I just kind of just fight through it anymore.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean, what else can you do?
yeah, I mean,
I love it. Yeah, because when I love how I'm like, oh, I'm not getting enough sunlight because it gets dark so early, and then in the summertime it doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
and I'm
No,
inside in the air conditioning all day long by choice.
and if you're in the UK, it's like
Which
Which
I
I
UK.
always am.
at
Which I
11
always am.
o'clock at night.
Mike
11
knows.
o'clock
Yeah, I'm
at
always
night, the sun sets.
What do you tell Mike about the UK,
Yeah.
HT?
Sorry, buddy.
I'm there
Come on.
pretty much half the year.
Yeah.
Shout out UK.
But yeah, so that's what goes on with me with the Christmas season. But yeah, with you, HT, man, you're booked up. Like how many?
We're getting there.
When you do Santa Claus stuff, you do
we
like
start the 13th.
who's we?
The elves and Mrs. Claus.
We have,
Mrs. Oh, okay.
We have Mrs. Claus makes appearances.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's cool. That and then there's the religious aspect of Christmas, which I don't give a fuck about personally. But
That's been well documented, Mike.
yeah.
I mean,
a great
what more can
story.
you say about
It is a great story, but once I heard that Jesus wasn't really born on December 25th, and
Yeah, he was probably
actually,
He was born on
About
December
August.
25th, this year 0.
well,
And if you're questioning that, you're not a patriot.
I'm not a patriot. Yeah, I just don't,
Yeah, you know why they selected December 25th, right or no?
No.
It's the day
It's very
Jesus was
simple.
born.
The winter solstice is December 20th, 21st.
Yeah,
In
right.
that-
It's the 21st every
yeah,
season, right?
Yeah. that was always for the Wiccans and then the pagans.
For the Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, the Wiccans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can't
I
say
thought you
that.
said
We got in
Wiccan.
trouble for saying that before on an episode.
Yes. So
really?
the Wiccans and then the
Oh,
pagans,
Wiccans.
they would have their winter solstice parties, winter festival,
Oh, okay.
right? And they would party it up. Well, the people in Rome and France said, hey, you know what? Well, Jesus was born on December 25th, so we're going to celebrate that instead.
Man,
That's exactly
I
what it
never
was.
knew that.
Didn't
That's pretty
Kurt
good info.
Weldon chase the Wiccans away from Marcus Hook in the 70s?
Kurt Weldon.
I
That's
think,
a-
yeah, I think
that's a
you're
great
thinking
blast
of
from the pen.
somebody else.
No,
but yes, you were thinking of the pagans.
What's
correct.
the name of the
Oh,
one
oh.
from
You are thinking of the pagans.
from
correct.
Sharon Hill? There
Ron
was a-
Raymond?
Ron Raymond. That was the one. Does he have like a heavy metal band that plays at fucking Tom and Jerry sometimes?
No,
That's Cindy
definitely
Raymond, right?
not. Yeah.
I wonder if they're related.
Probably. Yeah.
Dude, I was 16 years old. I cut Ron Raymond's grass in Sharon Hill as a.
Now,
my
what's that
part-time
sexual
job.
slang for, Tom? I
his
don't. That
grass,
might be
huh?
before my time.
Well,
What does
when
that mean exactly? Pause it.
You know.
Pause it and tell us, and then we'll come back. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Woo, baby.
Yeah, I'm swigging tonight. These Pony Boys taste nice.
Yeah, they do. Ooh, I like.
So for the next how many days in a row? Every day there's a major sports event,
It's
or
Friday
it
through
starts
Sunday.
Friday, right? So
Friday
we've
through
got
Sunday.
Calm Before the Storm.
Yeah.
This is like, get your liver ready.
Yeah. Are there ways we can suggest to our listeners on how to get their livers ready?
Take a day or two off. I mean, that always works.
We need something realistic, Mike.
Hydrate.
Well,
Adderall?
Perhaps.
Adderall.
Well,
I
we've
mean,
got no
always-
good tips for you, but we encourage you all to look them up. We have a couple days before this whole series of games start every day for
Yeah.
like a week or so.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
It'll be amazing. Yeah, and it kind of
It'd be even more amazing if we were younger. Like, yo,
Yeah.
shout out to the college kids for this.
Oh
This
my
is
God, this
huge.
is a time, dude. This is definitely a time.
Huge.
But it starts Friday, and then like we're out.
So Friday, Saturday, they're in Houston.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
dude.
go up.
Oh fuck. All right. Thanks, my man.
Yeah. So we have Friday, Saturday, they're in Houston. Sunday we have the Eagles game.
Yeah. We
Monday
did all that.
they're in Philly. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is the Eagles game in Houston. Friday is Game 6 if necessary, and Game 7 if necessary.
Wow. So it's Philadelphia versus Houston all week.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that cute?
Yeah. Will you go out for the games or
Probably not.
no? You enjoy being at home for it more so. You know, at our age.
I mean, look at bars. Like, I enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I can get down with it, but it depends on the mood I'm in that day.
Mm-hmm.
And more often than not, I just like to chill.
Yeah. I
Chill
feel.
home.
So
Yeah.
you guys probably don't have any gigs right now because of the Phillies, right? Or is you
I
guys
do.
have-
I have.
we do.
Okay.
I'll be playing this week. Trophy Thursday. Saturday I'll be at 39 North before the game.
Okay.
So whenever I actually got canceled, I had a night gig, but I got canceled. So I'll be there before the game.
Nice
39 North.
pregame.
Nice pregame, and then Sunday we'll be at the Eagles. So that's me this week. Half dog.
Friday, I have a private event. Sunday, we have the live one down at the Eagles tailgate. So a lot
Yeah.
to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So I think we've got all the equipment that we need. We're working through some troubleshooting things, but we're going live from an as yet to be determined location, or maybe not public.
It's gonna probably be the Jetro.
Jetro
Live.
Live.
Not sure
yeah.
if it's public
Yeah.
or not, but yeah, we'll be there.
We'll find it out.
Yeah, we'll start throwing it out there. I mean, I wanted to go live on Facebook and stuff tonight, but we just didn't have the bandwidth to do it. So, I mean, you guys will probably be seeing me throughout the week, turning on the lives, and you'll get to see this glorious beard that I have.
Glorious.
Dude,
yes.
it's good.
You know, but
How-
other
how
than
many-
HT
that,
Claus is authentic.
How many
beard.
months is that beard?
This is July.
Yeah, see, if it would still be summer. Like you can grow a full beard. Me, like it's very spotty.
Yeah, so
Let's-
I keep
let's
it
see what it
trimmed
looks
until
like,
July,
though.
and then
Start growing it.
So
let
should I?
let
Yeah.
it grow out?
Why not?
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't bother me, the beard wise. So we were this week going to start doing some of you guys playing some acoustic stuff, but obviously the Phillies we don't want to
That is in the works.
it's in the
People
works.
are
We were
waiting
going
for
to do it
that.
this week, but everyone has their concentration somewhere else right now. But
Yeah.
So after they win the World Series and after we have the parade, then we'll do the
The parade. Did you see that? The videos from the parade?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
yeah.
tried greasing the poles. People
Yeah.
went right up.
Yeah.
That didn't
Well,
work.
I mean, if they want to ruin their clothing, yeah, it can happen. But it's like that stuff is not. That stuff's not coming out of that
Yeah,
clothing.
I got the anti-grease in my truck.
Dude,
Fuck it.
no cars getting by Broad Street. They even had a SEPTA bus that just got stuck. And
Oh,
there was
yeah.
no way it could go. It couldn't move. Everyone just went around it. And
They
it
just
stayed
crowd
there.
surfed it.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, like murder, no arrest or anything. Yeah,
There was
thought
no
that
crime
definitely-
last night.
Yeah,
There was no
hell.
crime last night.
I thought we're going to hear something awful, like especially when went closer to Temple, like they're fuck this, like no man.
All the madmen were just busy, like
yeah,
Philly Elmo in the drum line is probably like,
yeah, that was.
if he wasn't in the drum line.
You wonder like what, like a night like that, no arrests, and like a stupid old Tuesday, you might.
Does that mean no crime, or does that mean the boys in blue
Oh,
are
man, I
mumming?
just thought, like we were in D.C. Me and my wife were weekend for her godson's homecoming at Catholic U.
Mm-hmm.
But we're at this one bar, and drumline freaking Elmo and his crew walked into the bar after their day, and he took his stuff off. I'm like,
Oh, did it
no,
ruin it for you?
just Ruined it.
Ah.
You
No
ruined
shit.
it, buddy.
Fuck.
Oh my
But then
God.
he drank a Guinness, so I'm like, you know what? I can't really knock you on that, bud.
That
You
ruins
know?
it for me.
that's
I like
fun.
Guinness, but I would have rather. I didn't pay. Yeah, not a Guinness.
Yeah.
A nut.